I was supposed to be deep cleaning my bathroom today. That was the plan, but I didn't. The thing is, how do you keep up with real life while trying to change it? At the moment, I'm introducing new habits and resetting different parts of my home. But unfortunately, real life doesn't stop while I'm trying to do that. So today, I thought I'd share a day in my life. And if you're trying to change things in your own life, then maybe it will resonate with you. I just realised, as I'm now recording this, that stupidly I didn't actually record my drinking my water, cleaning my teeth and going on my cycle, which is how all my days start now. I think it's becoming such a part of my routine, it just simply didn't occur to me to record it. So sorry about that. I did do it. So after I got dressed, my day sort of officially started with putting the washing on. Something I'm starting to learn is it's not about perfect days or waiting for the perfect day to start. It's about doing what I can in the day that I've got. Then I went to see the osteopath. I think I've been seeing Adam now for about 2-3 years. I went to him initially because I was in so much pain with my knees that the doctor said was arthritis, that I was actually using crutches to get around and my mobility was very, very limited. Thankfully, I feel much better now and I go about once every couple of months just for an MOT really, just to make sure everything's keeping in working order. Then I headed to a coffee shop in Beverley. By the way, some of the footage that you're seeing at the moment in the cafe, because the cafe was so busy, I didn't feel comfortable filming because I didn't want to get people in. So I filmed what I could, and then they very kindly said I could go back this morning. Was there at 7:30 in the morning so that I could film the cafe and what it looks like clearly without people in. And it was great because they actually invited me to go behind the scenes and see the kitchen and where they make all the pastries and things. So we're getting a sneaky peek behind the scenes, which is a real bonus. I actually went there last Saturday with a friend. We were only going for coffee. We'd arranged to meet at 1:30 for a coffee and a catch up. We both ended up not having lunch beforehand, which is very dangerous. So we had a lovely late lunch and a proper catch up. I'd intended to film there, but it was so busy that I bottled it. I did have a word with the lovely owners though. It's family run, and they very kindly said I could go back just to film. So I went back today. They said weekday mornings are generally quieter. But of course, it's been a beautiful day in Beverley and the place was heaving. I nearly bottled it again. But one thing I'm learning on this YouTube journey is that I need to get out of my comfort zone and I need to be brave. So I filmed. And then something happened that I honestly did not expect. As I was leaving and just about to get into my car, a lady came running up to me and said, "Are you the TikTok lady?" I said, "No, but I am on YouTube." And it turns out that she watches my channel. Both her and her friend, who was inside, are viewers of the channel. I mean, I hoped something like this would happen, but I thought it wouldn't happen until, way in the future when I got a few 100,000 of subscribers. So for it to actually happen now was absolutely incredible. I mean, what are the chances of actually being in the same place at the same time with somebody that's actually watching my videos? So if you're watching, thank you very much for coming up to me. I really do appreciate it. And if anybody else ever sees me out and about, please do stop me and say hello. It's so, so lovely. After the excitement in the cafe, I went on to my next appointment, which was at Beverley Leisure Centre for a Bodytrax appointment. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bodytrax. It's basically, some sort of sophisticated weighing machine. They have them, as far as I'm aware, in all the East Riding Council libraries. They may be also available in other parts of the UK. Not sure about the rest of the world. The great thing about the Bodytrax machine is it doesn't just measure your weight, it measures all sorts of other things as well. Today, it's 6 weeks since my last appointment, and to be honest, I expected to have gained weight because what with my job ending and my routine being changed and all the craziness that's been happening with my YouTube journey, my eating has been erratic, to say the least. Plus I've been away and I've been having quite a few meals out because, I've been using the time when I'm not working, catching up with friends. So it hasn't been a normal time really. But I was very surprised that I actually lost half a kilo. Now, I don't feel comfortable sharing my weight at the moment, so I hope you'll forgive me and understand. But I can tell you I'm a UK size 26, if that helps. So back to the results from the Bodytrax machine. I'd lost half a kilo, which is approximately a pound, which I was highly delighted on. But then the results got even better, because it turns out I've gained 3 kilos of muscle in my legs, or my lower half of my body. So to me, that shows that my cycling must be working. So even 5 minutes, which seems so small, can actually make a difference. Plus, my hydration levels have gone up. So there's more water in my body. So again, I imagine that must contribute to some of the weight. So I guesstimate that I've probably lost about 6 or 7 pounds in actual fat, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm really pleased. 5 minutes cycling and a glass of water every morning and making a difference, which shows small things really do add up. After I got home, I hung out the washing. I did video it, or at least I thought I videoed it, but I think I maybe switched on my camera but forgot to press record, because I don't seem to have any footage of it, so apologies. Next, I sat down and answered some comments and some emails, which is a highlight of my day. I've started answering your comments again because I just enjoyed them so much, and as far as I'm concerned, if you've taken the time and the trouble to actually write a comment to me, then the least I can do is actually answer you. So thank you. Please keep them coming. I was feeling a bit peckish by this point, so I made an omelette for my, lunch stroke dinner, and really using just what I got. I used some cooked sausage and bacon that I had in the freezer, and some tomatoes and mushrooms and mixed herbs. It would have been nice to have a side salad, but the fridge is a bit bare at the moment. Then I had a nice surprise. My neighbour messaged to see if I'd like to go round for a cuppa and a catch-up. It always surprises me that you can live next door to somebody and go for weeks without seeing them. So it was lovely to have a cuppa and a catch-up with her. Obviously I didn't film because we were in her house and I didn't think it was appropriate. When I got home, I decided to try something new that I've been wanting to do ever since I got Mr Carrington's Clean in 15 book back in January when it was first released, and that is his toilet fizzers. I've been watching Mr Carrington for years. I'm not sure how they'll turn out because I've never made anything like this before. But we will see when I finally get around to doing my bathroom deep clean, hopefully in the next video. It's the next day now, so welcome to YouTube Corner. Let's sit down for a chat and a cuppa or a beverage of your choice. I'll have a quick slurp before I get started. One thing that I've changed recently is my to-do list. Now, I love lists. I am the list queen. I have lists to remind me of my lists. But they don't work for me as well as I would like them to. I find one of two things happens. Either, as the day goes on, I tick things off my list, but as I tick things off, I seem to add more to the bottom. So I end up with a longer list at the end of the day than when I started, and I feel a bit of a failure. It almost feels like I haven't done anything. Or my list is just so long and so daunting that I feel overwhelmed and I don't actually do anything, which is not good. So what I've been doing and what I'm finding is working really well for me is I'm doing what I call my have done list. So instead of writing a to-do list of things I've got to do, I simply just write down what I've actually done. So inevitably I'm off to a fabulous start because I write down drinking my water, cleaning my teeth, riding my bike. So already I feel like I've had an amazing day. And the thing is, with a to-do list, I just used to tick off the jobs that were actually on the list. I forget about all the other things that I do in among. So consequently, at the end of the day, with my to-do list and maybe 3 or 4 jobs ticked off, it didn't seem like I'd done much. But in actual fact, when I do my have done list, I've got a huge list of things that I've done. And it works really well because, as you know, I need to take frequent breaks. I do a little bit and have a break. So what I do is I do a little bit, and then when I'm on my break, I update my have done list, and it makes me feel really good about myself, and it motivates me to just keep on adding things to my have done list. And it makes me feel I'm really moving forward. The other thing I find with me is some days I feel like I can conquer the world. And on those days, I've found that it's best to tackle the most daunting, the longest, or the most difficult job first. Because then I feel really good and the rest of the day gets easier. But there are those days when even getting out of bed is hard. And I just don't want to do anything. Normally, in the past, I'd have an argument going on in my head. Part of me saying, I don't want to do it, I don't feel like it, it's too much, I can't. And then the other side of my brain was saying, but you've got to, you ought to, you should. And that battle was absolutely exhausting. Now I'm more kind to myself. I say, okay, I don't feel like doing anything today. That's fine. All I have to do is one small thing. And then I can go back to bed, I can spend the day reading, watching TV, doing nothing, whatever it is that at that moment in time I want to do. And so far, when I've done something, even if it's just drink my water, once I've done that, and I say to myself, okay, you can have the rest of the day off now, a voice in my head says, but I don't want the day off now, I want to do more. I mean, it's hard to believe really, but that's what happens. And then the other part is saying to me, but no, you're allowed to have the day off. You've done your one thing. This is what we agreed. And the other voice is saying, but I just want to do, let's just do one more thing. And inevitably, I end up then cleaning my teeth, going on the cycle, and end up having a really good day. I think I'm finally learning that it's about working with myself rather than against myself. So I've actually had two lovely moments this week. One was meeting someone who watches my channel, and the other one, I received my first super thanks. So if you're watching, whoever gave it, thank you so much. It means a lot. I never expected anything like that. The comments, the likes, the support, it all means so much. I am so grateful. But I am trying to build something here, and I am trying to earn enough to pay my bills. So every little really does help. Thank you. Today didn't go to plan. The bathroom didn't get done, but life did. And it just goes to show we don't need perfect days. We just need real ones. And if you haven't done so already and you'd like to follow on and watch my journey and maybe join me, you're very welcome to subscribe. One step at a time. Small really is enough. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.